What is going on, everybody? Welcome. Welcome to the double bonus Mystery Knife giveaway live event. So we're down to the last two pouches from this group of 10. Oh, I forgot to turn the ad off. There we go. The last two pouches from this group of 10. So I thought it would make it interesting since everybody found the premium knives. I decided to add bonus loot, meaning both the winners tonight are going to receive a bonus pouch full of yet more mysteries for their knife acquisition pleasure, I guess. That's about as weird as I could put it. Sorry about that. There we go. Alrighty. Get all these out here. We'll look at everything. There's a lot. I was talking with people in chat. There's a lot of spicy stuff out here tonight. A lot of interesting stuff that people are definitely going to have questions about. So yeah, just follow the instructions there on the cards. If you're new, it's very easy. Open the description. Click on the first link. It says enter here. Live participation is required, so you will need to stay here. If your name is drawn and you're not here, tough luck. We're going to have to go with somebody else. Hey, there's Paul Monk. What's up, man? Been a minute. Glad to see you're crushing as always. Thanks. I appreciate it. Very kind of you. Yeah, the channel's at 325,000 subscribers. That's very cool. I remember how long it took me to get my first 25,000. So, you know, it seems like it was literally yesterday the channel hit 300K and now there's another 25,000 people. So that's really great. Takanoob, thanks for your donation. What's up, Spaghetti Wizard /Shaman /Warlock /Magus? Yes, it's important to identify people of all magical backgrounds, right? Of all Italian zesty backgrounds. What was I gonna say? Gosh dang it, I had something on the tip of my tongue. Oh yeah, why am I doing this at 5:30? Because KU plays football at 7. I know. Why would you care? I just shut up. Because we do. We're gonna go over to my brother's house, and my wife and I are gonna watch the game with my brother and whoever else is over there. And my kids like to go over and play with the pool table. That's like a big deal to them. So we're making a night of it. Jonathan Oliver, thanks for your donation. Just got a Civivi Vision FG and can't stop fidgeting. I know, right? That's like the ultimate fidget toy / utilitarian cutting tool. Oh, it's the first super chat from Jonathan Oliver. That's cool that it highlights that. That's cool. Why don't you all try it out? That's neat. You can't find the link to enter. Is anybody else having trouble? Open the description of the live stream. Just scroll down and hit more, and it'll expand the description under the video. And it's right. It's literally right, like under the title, and then you can see Metal Complex, 325,000 subscribers. Then right down below that, there's a description. It says live participation required. Enter here, and there's a link. There's a bunch of links, but the entry link's right at the top. Flip the Ultim. Would you guys like to see the Rook? I have 2 Rooks here. One of them belongs to me, and one of them belongs to Levon of the Knife Nuts podcast. So you want to see the Ultim Rook. So if you don't know, this is the latest Hawk and Serge Penchenko collaboration. Look at this. Toggle detent. Oh, that's so cool. I love the Ultim one because you can see it in there. This is not a crossbar lock, by the way. God, there's not... Man, that is so cool. This is Winter Blade Co. Factor level fidget factor here. The way that this feels is so cool, man. It feels totally different than anything else that I have experienced. That toggle detent is awesome. And because it's a Hawk, the lockup is absolute. This knife has single-handedly made me decide that I like Ultim. I actually think Ultim is awesome. So mine is the solid titanium one, which is cool. I love the all-tie. You can't see through it, but I do love it. Huge fan of this knife. Unbelievably cool. Just so unique, man. Like, that's Surgeon Hawk for you. You know, in a world of like stuff that's been done, they managed to do something that hasn't. Like, I mean, they're literally just like pumping out. They're like, oh yeah, no problem. We need something new and unique. No problem. We'll just collaborate and do something totally different. The Rook is amazing. That's a custom knife. For anybody wondering. Jimmy Bob says, anybody have thoughts on the Hogue Deca? I'll give you my thoughts real quick. It is absolutely one of the greatest EDC knives that exists. You should not have second thoughts about purchasing a Hogue Deca. It is excellent. There is really nothing bad to say about the Deca. It's as popular as it is. I think plenty of people will join me in saying it deserves far more praise. The Hogue Deca is wonderful. You think the deck is overrated? Alright, well, that's fine. That's fine. Mine's a warning. I love it. Yeah, honestly, the compound warning that they do... Or wait, do they do a compound warning or am I making that up? The Warncliffe version that they do is awesome. And they do an excellent heat treat. So... Bumblebee tuna. Yes, always. That's always an appropriate thing to say. If you don't have anything else to say, mid-conversation. If you're being outclassed, like if you find yourself at some sort of banquet or some sort of formal events with your significant other and you're like, I am socially outclassed, and it's your turn to talk, Bumblebee tuna. Anybody who doesn't laugh at that is not worth further conversation. I mean, let's be honest. What's in the bubble wrap? Should we look at that? That's Scott's latest thing he sent me. Would you all like to see what's in the bubble wrap? Alrighty then. Sorry, that was pretty lame. Sorry. I mean, listen, I know the demographic. I know most of you grew up with those movies. And, I mean, who hasn't... If you've watched Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, or When Nature Calls one time, you've watched it 1,000 times, right? I can quote that whole movie, and I know that most of you can, too. So, this knife ruins me when I unboxed it. This is a monochromatic Zircotai and Damasteel Holt Haptic. Oh my god. I think honestly this knife gets the award for the smoothest knife that I've ever handled in my life. Being really careful with this one for obvious reasons. It is quite the looker there. Serious polish on that Damasteel. Get a good look there. I do like the monochromatic Zircotai there. That's pretty sick. Look at the layers, man. How beautiful is that, right? Yeah, absolutely insane. I'm going to put that back in the bubble wrap for obvious reasons. Not just on the chance that Scott is watching, but because the knife genuinely makes me nervous, and I would prefer that it was fortified. There we go. There you go, guy. Enjoying my Spyderco Shaman. Nice, that's awesome. Spyderco Shaman is still a great knife. It's just really expensive. Oh, God. Speaking of expensive knives, why do I not have my my new purchase out here? I don't know why I didn't get the stitch out. Where can we squeeze this boy in? Should we just casually set him beside the Olone goat? I just finished my review on the Olone goat, and if you're wondering, did it receive a positive review? Yes. The Olone goat is man, it's such an it's like the guy who made it was like, yeah, I know what I made. The Olone goat and the arcade, which we're going to talk about here in a sec, have been absolutely dominating my pockets. I've really enjoyed carrying the goat axle. Flightanium reviews coming up, yeah. I got this wrong in the unboxing. This is aluminum and G10. Everybody was telling me about this. They're like, are you going to get the Flightanium and Demco collab? I did not see that coming. Olone Goat, and I was, I'm sorry, the arcade, and I was like, what? So I look it up, and then I contact Flightanium, and they're like, yeah, we actually meant to send you one. So they did. And yeah, this is pretty awesome. And here's the other thing, for those of you worried, you know, is it made in China? No, it's made in Taiwan. And you get 2 sets of scales. Mine came with my Carter scales and G10 scales. S35VN, and it's $50 less than its 80-20.5 counterpart. So you get aluminum and G10, 2 sets of scales, and S35VN for roughly $200. Use my Flightanium link in the description if you want to pick one up. But here's a little early review here. Yeah, it's freaking excellent. This is a really great knife, and the shark lock manipulation is indistinguishable from the joy I get from the 80-20.5. It has a much better pocket clip. Initially, I thought they didn't mill it out for lefties, but looking inside here, I don't know if you can see it, there's actually a second hole, indicating that with the proper Flightanium inlays, probably they sell separate inlays with another hole mill, you can absolutely mount the clip for lefty carry. The arcade is very good, and I'm happy that so many of you made me aware of it, because I wasn't aware of it at all. I literally had no idea. It's a great example of, like, you guys knowing things way before me. Where did I put my beverage? Oh, that's a terrible place for it. God. So I played, Starfield for 6 hours today. And I no longer pay attention to reviews on games that, like, you know, by major production companies, like, that are really hyped up. I don't watch reviews anymore because there's too much conflict of interest. An overly positive or overly negative review on, like, a major title means absolutely nothing. So I have done my best to ignore everything on YouTube about the game and just go in blind and just play. And my first 6 hours, as a massive fan of prior Bethesda titles, has really been great. I'm very much immersed in that game. Now, I'm still definitely at the beginning, and I'm going very, very slow, but I fully expect to put hundreds of hours into this game. I have one gripe. You know what's crazy? I was like, I don't care what anybody says about there not being bugs. There has to be bugs. I've experienced one bug in 6 hours, and my follower, for those of you who play Bethesda games, I had a follower who bumped into a door aggressively, like she like loaded too quickly, and she like bumped into a wall or a door or something, and turned back around. That was the only bug I experienced in 6 hours. And my only gripe with the game, while there are plenty of maps, there's no localized map. So you really do have to find, like, the specific areas in your local area. You have to find that stuff on your own. There are plenty of maps, there's just nothing specifically local, which is kind of weird. I imagine the modders will put that in at some point, but outside of that, I really like it. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if anybody else is playing it, but I'm having a great time. It's just, you know, like any Bethesda title, there's a little bit of learning and understanding how the game wants you to play it and where everything is. With those titles specifically, I don't want my hand held, and they do not hold your hand. They give you what you need, and then they let you explore, and that's how I like to play those games. And so it feels very much a specifically Bethesda level of immersion. And if you don't like those style of games, then you won't like Starfield. But if you do, I think you very much will. Evo 3.0, Arius, or Norseman? The highest quality that you're gonna get is the Arius. Like, that's gonna be the knife that is the most impressive to you. The Norseman's cool, but you have to really like that look. And the Evo is amazing, but I don't think it matches up to the Arius. I think the Arius is the top pick there. And that's your first super chat. So thank you very much for your first super chat ever. I'm playing on PC, Paul. I have the graphics absolutely maxed out. I'm happy to say that my Legion 7, Gen 8 or whatever, has that game maxed out, and it is beautiful. Holy crap. I never understood why PC people are so like, yeah, we can play the game at 1,000,000 frames per second, and we can get all this crazy this or that. Yeah, I have my laptop docked to my... I have an 85-inch TV, and it's docked to the TV, and I have all the settings absolutely maxed out, and it runs it perfectly smooth. I'm having a blast, but I did not know that video games could get that detailed. I've never... The closest thing that I've played in terms of, like, impressive graphics has been God of War, which honestly in some areas looks better. Like, you know, like facial expressions and, like, detail in the human body, I think is better in God of War, but just the overall environment and how everything looks, how polished the environment is, Starfield looks absolutely incredible on PC. Don't give me the Master Race thing, because I now can play any Xbox game, any Xbox PC title, any PlayStation. I'm playing Nintendo. I've got the ROG, right? I've got I'm not like on any team. Console wars are ridiculously cringy to me. I could care less about who's in the lead, about whatever. I only care about my experience. So, my thing is that if there's a game that I want to play, I don't want to not be able to play it. So I wanted to have all my corners, all my bases covered. I don't really care who's in the lead. But some people really care about that for some reason. That's a weird way to waste your time. I know all the drama about Starfield, and it just blows my mind. I'm like, man, I cannot imagine having so little to do that this has become a priority. Like, instead of like just playing something you enjoy, you spend time either overly supporting something or overly trashing something for... I'm not even sure what the purpose is. I'm taking a break from Diablo because the end game is kind of boring. I'll just wait for him to fix it. Some people had an absolute meltdown over that, and I was kind of like, well, that kind of sucks. I'll just wait. I'll just play something else, and maybe they'll fix it. And if they don't, well, that sucks, you know, but I imagine they will. I did not play the Resident Evil 4 remaster. I didn't. That's what everybody says, though. Everybody says the Resident Evil 4 remaster is great. I mean, you know, it's a window. It's so funny to see, like, silly things happening in other communities. Like, people get massively, overly emotionally invested in something, and they just come unhinged. It's the same thing about pocket knives. Like, people come unhinged about things that don't affect them at all, right? Like, you know, like, as much crap as I give James Brand, right? The ultimate solution there is just to ignore that they exist. You know? It's like, well, does their existence, you know, affect me if I completely ignore it? I guess in a roundabout way, but I could also just focus on the stuff that I like, or focus on the stuff that I enjoy, and then my world is better, you know? It's the same. I mean, no matter what enthusiast community you place yourself in, you're always going to have that. You're going to have, like, overly involved, like, unhinged people, and they tend to be the loudest, right? They tend to they tend to sync up with the most, like, ridiculous headlines. All right, let's talk about knives. Sorry. Hi-Fi Cat, thanks for your donation. I'm a huge Paul Munko fan. Yeah, Paul Munko's done some awesome things in the knife community. It's really cool to see somebody with his interests, because he's, you know, he's a hybrid for sure. He has some extreme interests in other areas and is also interested in pocket knives, so it's really cool to see how his interests translate into the knife community, which is pretty awesome. Can't wait to see the Mystic and my Northern Knives PM2. Yeah, the Northern Knives PM2 is very cool. Is somebody having trouble entering? Just follow this step right here. Open the description of the live stream. And right at the top is a link that says enter here. You just click on that and leave a comment. If you don't know what's happening tonight, we have depleted. We're down to 2 knives, 2 pouches left out of the 10 pouches we started with. And because there are only 2 left, I thought I would make it interesting. And so anybody who wins tonight will actually receive an extra pouch. So you're going to get double prizes tonight. It might even be more than that. I've made sure that these, everything, the winners tonight will receive jam-packed, combinations or prize packages. You're going to win something cool tonight if you win. Paul Monco donated to me and said thank you. Hey, I'll take a piece of that. That's the thank you tax. I'll take that. Thank you. You can't find the link to enter. Brandon, so the video you're watching right now, whether you're watching on your phone or your computer, you just need to scroll down below the video, and there's a description. Somewhere you'll see more, the option to click more and expand the description of the video. It's the very first link. It's right at the top. It says live participation required, enter here. Very first link. Heath McComber, welcome to Knights Around Knights. Raise your swords for Heath. Thank you very much. Super hyped for the Para 3 and Magna Cut. I did not know that they were doing that officially, but it doesn't surprise me at all. I imagine Spyderco will nail that heat treat. Thanks for the donation there. What time does the drawing start? Later. Later. That's my strategy for keeping you captive. I'm kidding. I run this for an hour. It's right towards the end. I just like to talk and yell, and we talk about anything and everything. What's the 4th knife from the left? On the top? Oh, the Max Ace Raptor? Yeah, Max Ace did a ridiculous... whoops. That was terrible. They did a ridiculous karambit. And, they went all out. They made a pretty serious thing here in true Max Ace fashion. I mean, they really... I have to imagine they sat down and were like, let's make a premium gas station knife, right? And let's make it functional. And they did that. And it's in Magna Cut. I always forget that. That's funny. I think I'm going to actually keep this one because it's so ridiculous. Oh, speaking of Max Ace, should we look at the other thing in the pouch here? You bet your bottoms I'm going to have to get out the old glove here for this bad boy. I didn't even know that they did this. And then Scott shows me this freaking crazy thing. Did you know that they did a peregrine with polished Timascus inlays? Oh my gosh, so beautiful. Just wait, little baby birds. Oh, God. Yeah. Sorry, it's hard. How about polished black DLC Sanmai ZDP 189? Oh my God, are you kidding me? Max Ace, holding out on us with this freaking stuff, man. This is unbelievable. That's the real deal there, man. Unreal. Can't believe it. I wish that Max Ace had told me they were going to release this. I would have bought one. That's beautiful. I had no idea. They couldn't have made very many. But now that I know they can do that, I'm certainly going to be hounding them. Because I want to buy something like this from Max. I want them to do something massively overbuilt and ridiculous with that type of finish. Heath McComber, you guys are being generous with the donations tonight. Thank you. Heath McComber, thanks for your donation. He says noob. The mirror finished Vortex. I know, that did exist. Mirror finished or high polished DLC, I think, is one of the most attractive finishes that you can put on a knife. That's just so next level, man. Just wait. It's not going to be long, and we're going to have, like, mirror finished sapphire PVD and gold PVD, right? We're going to see, like, mirror polished titanium nitride coatings. It's all going to be there. They're going to find a way to do it. You'd like a mirror finished car. They wrap, I think they wrap cars with mirror chrome for a few extra G's. You like the deadlock? Me too. This is a small detail I always forget, but on these they actually mirror polish the cutting edge. You can see that there. See if I can get the RGBs. Can we get it? Yeah, there we go. Just barely. Get that little bit of rainbow hue from the laptop there. But they did mirror polish the edge on those. That's not, I mean, like, that's a little indicator there that they spent some extra time on those. A Spyderco mirror polished edge. I don't know that there's, you know, that's got to be like performance to the max, man. Why don't we see knives with gems set into the scales? There are, but that's a totally different league. That circle, like people who create stuff like that and people who buy stuff like that, they're like ascended beings. They don't bother with this corner, right? So sometimes people look at me or like they look at people like Scott and they think like this is the pinnacle of knife collecting, and it isn't. We're just in our own little universe here, and there are levels above what we do and what we collect. There are, I mean, multiple levels above it. But there are, you know, I mean, like, look at what like CAS Knives does. If you guys want to have your minds blown, like, follow CAS Knives on Instagram. Like, that's an example of a level up for sure from what anything that I've ever physically experienced. Second to last down here. Yeah, let's talk about that. So you guys are going to start getting information about this, but this is Artisan Cutlery's newest creation, and wow, is it good. I hear that the gentleman who designed this knife was 17. I don't know that that's true, but if it is, that's amazing because this is a very beautiful knife. You'll also notice that they have applied that magical, super reflective satin finish on these. This is a wonderful, wonderful EDC knife. It's a wonderful design in general. Very cool. They'll have lots of variations, but let me show you what else they did. And keep in mind, this is Artisan Cutlery. They sent me 4 of these things, and one of them is mind-blowing. Ouch. Artisan Cutlery made this! Artisan Cutlery made this! What? Unbelievable. They mirror polished the Timascus and the blade. That's a true mirror. That's a Marfione level mirror polished blade. Not a joke. Get the RGBs in there. Yeah, so this is the BOA. You're going to get, they have a Kickstarter campaign that they're going to start or something like, I can't remember. I've got it all linked in the video. But they sent me 4 of them, and yeah. I did not know that they could do that. That's very impressive. How much is it going? I don't know how much this guy goes for. I have no idea. These, I imagine, will be reasonable. I think the price on these... It's S35VN, so it's not going to be... I mean, it's titanium and S35VN, so it's probably going to be really reasonable. But, yeah, the design is very good. If the designer really was 17, I mean, man, like, that's just really impressive. The whole thing just really came together well. The polish on it is great, too. I don't know if it'll be less than 150, but I think it'll certainly be less than 200. Yeah, I like the harpoon on it too. That was a nice little touch there. Um, Speaking of people designing knives, I have spoken with my guy, and I have prototype round 2 in the works. So prototype round 1 was very good, but I made a lot of changes. I had a huge checklist of changes, and if he's able to put, so I got to tell you guys right now, and I think I mentioned this last time, but I got to mention again. If you remember me saying that we were going for a really awesome ambi lock, we could not do that because there is a patent on it. I wasn't sure because of what it was, so we had to check, but no, it's on patent lockdown, so we couldn't do it. So we went with the next best option, and if we pull it off, I think we won't be the first to do the lock, but we'll be the first to do it the way that we're doing it. It should still be very, very good, and I think that I feel like most people will agree that this was the next best way that we could do it. But I told him, I said, if you can do it this way, this is preferable. So he's gonna try. We're gonna try with the prototypes and make sure that it can actually be done. And if not, then we got a plan C. You know, this is tough. Like, just pumping out a knife design, trying to make something that's even kind of different is tough. Am I able to drop a hint on the blade steel of the new knife? It's not M390. That's the most I can give you. Or 20CV or 204P. Hey Ryan, what's up, man? Remind me to pay my electric today. Hey, mostly folders, a bit of everything. Make sure you pay your electric today. Thanks for the donation. I appreciate that. When it is time to announce it, I promise to show the full evolution. I will show the prototypes from beginning to end. I'm also gonna say this. I'll give you guys one more. I'll veto another steel. It's also not MagnaCut. I feel like a lot of people expected me to do that, and I think that would have been a great choice, but we did not go with MagnaCut. MagnaCut is the new M390, and it's very good. I think it's well deserving of like the new like ultra. I mean, I think that a lot of people might think that that's kind of a bold statement, but I don't think so. I think it's very obvious that M390 held the popularity crown for a long time, and MagnaCut has claimed that crown. But MagnaCut is purpose produced and created by somebody who knows what they're doing. So it's well deserving. And I think it would have been a fine choice. We did not go with MagnaCut. Sean Rogers guessed wood. How much of a slap in the face. I'm like, guess what? It's cedar. Oh, man. Carbon fiber. I've seen carbon fiber laminate blades before. I think you actually can make a carbon fiber blade. I don't know. I mean, technically, you can sharpen anything into a blade. Like, you could sharpen wood into a cut, and it just wouldn't work very well. Give me a sec here. Give me a sec. Here's somebody calling. Okay, never mind. I guess I'm hearing... It must have been the kids next door just screaming really loud. You hear a kid scream and you just... You know, most of the time they're having fun, but like you can't risk it. Sometimes you gotta leave 700 people like hanging in a live stream. No, don't guess numbers yet. The bathroom break hasn't even happened yet. I haven't had enough Gatorade. Kids scream, man, and like their fun scream is the same thing as their like distress scream, you know? You don't know if they're caught under a dresser or if they're like having the time of their lives. Obsidian? You can't, here's why you can't do obsidian. It's the hardest, technically the sharpest knife that was ever created was obsidian, but I think the hardness, what is the Rockwell hardness on obsidian? It's unbelievably brittle. Thanks for the donation there, Miss Scoozy. Ash. Check out my new mouse pad. Courtesy of Hawk Knives. Perfect size. That's my new dedicated desktop mouse pad, or my new dedicated tabletop mouse pad here in the studio. I'd say that loosely, studio, because it fits perfectly where it needs to fit. I have bigger mouse pads. It's just that one works well for placement. Yeah, obsidian is essentially, well, I don't know. There's people in here who would probably cringe at me saying it's essentially glass. I have no formal education in that department, so me oversimplifying it as glass is understandably cringy to people who know better. But that's the best way a simpleton like me can describe it. Major Pal, thanks for the donation. It just wouldn't work very well. I'm glad you guys, there's people collecting the quotes that I have unfortunately unleashed on this planet. What is this? I recognize this song. Oh, no, I don't. Okay, that's Blaster Master, apparently. Sorry, it just sounded really... I've watched too many AVGN episodes. He uses this stuff in the background of his videos. You guys are being so generous tonight with the donations. Thank you, Jarman. I appreciate that. Another first donator. Very cool. I'm happy to say that the stitch is just about paid off, but I do have a couple more knife sales to do. So if you're wondering where do I sell my knives, on Patreon. I get a lot of free stuff from manufacturers. Obviously, I give a lot of that stuff away on live streams, but some of it I sell. If I need to fund something for the channel or content in any way, then this works out. My patrons receive a massive discount, usually 30 to 50% off for brand new knives. And if you want to join Patreon for the opportunity to purchase something, I have tiers as low as $1 a month, and they are exactly the same as the more expensive tiers. There's literally no difference. We also do monthly giveaways there, exclusive giveaways on Patreon, and weekly exclusive content. Usually behind the scenes stuff, or you get a sneak peek at stuff that's coming up. So if you want to join and support the channel that way, you can find the link for Patreon in description. If you don't want to do that and you want to just keep enjoying my content for free and entering the free live stream giveaways, that's also perfectly fine. Scott B, welcome back to the Knights of the Round. Knights Razor Swords for Scott. Appreciate that. Rob's Nerdy Knives, thanks for your donation. Missed my 17-month member anniversary. Been following 3+ years. That's awesome. Yeah, Rob, I see you comment all the time, man. I really appreciate it. A lot of Herman Sting thanks to you. I hope you're loving it. LOL. Love the content as always. Awesome. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Swords up for Rob as well. Not too long here and we're going to draw. Part of the reason for the bonus stuff tonight is not only because it's the last two, but because I'm a lot earlier than I normally am, and I know that not everybody can make it, so, you know, I wanted to try and do something fun. Kind of like an apology for me for not doing what I normally do. It's really hard to be consistent with live streams, so I feel bad for throwing people off. Can you open the bubble wrap? Yeah, sure. So I showed this earlier on, but I'll show it again. This is Scott's. It's on loan. But this is a very special Holt haptic in monochrome zircotai. Give you guys a good look at that here real quick. Look at those layers. That's so beautiful. So crisp, right? Even the pocket clip. And then I think even more impressive is the very high polish, almost mirror polished Damasteel blade. Really just like a perfect... So if you're wondering, Scott EDCs this knife. And I can actually tell there's right there, just a little bit of a nick. He does carry and use this. So if you've ever wondered, do the people who buy expensive stuff actually use it? Not all of them, but some people do. And Scott, as many crazy knives as he owns, it doesn't surprise me that he uses this one. I mean, this is really a spectacular user profile. For obvious reasons, I'm going to wrap this one back up in the bubble wrap. I'm just not comfortable having Scott's stuff out here exposed. Whoop, come on now, big guy. There we go. Yeah, it's a great EDC. I don't mind having my stuff out. Well, that doesn't look good. There we go. How about that? I'll touch my stuff. Woo, boy, that took a little bit to fund, I'll tell you what. But I'm still extremely happy with my purchase. And wow, did this thing break in. Wow, really cool. I'm constantly having to wipe fingerprints off of that blade. It's just insane. Very cool. Thank you. I do love that one. I get a lot of hate for that one on that short. There's a lot of people taking craps on that knife, but you don't buy knives like that because you want everybody to agree with you. You buy something like that because you love it, you know? I think even if I had 1 million comments and everybody saying you're an idiot, it's just anymore, you know, I just can't not, like the stuff I buy, it's like anybody who buys anything that if you really love it, right? If it really brings you happiness, you didn't overpay. And that's a dangerous thing to say. So I want to add context to that. In no way am I suggesting that you should go outside of your comfort zone, that you should go outside of your planned budget. You should absolutely be financially responsible because this is an itchy hobby. And I am an oversimplified title for me is influencer. But I really would prefer to be careful because this is a dangerous and slippery slope. And somebody like me, you know, it's easy for people to look at this and go, this guy probably regularly influences people to spend money on things that they really shouldn't be spending money on. And I'm sure that does happen. So I just want to remind everybody, I am much more for people being financially responsible and only spending money on things that they can comfortably afford. But at the same time, anything that you feel like might be labeled as overpriced by the mass majority, if you get joy out of it, if you can afford it comfortably, and you want to add it to your collection, you're going to get joy from it. In that perfect little bubble that I've created, that perfect little hypothetical bubble, only in that bubble did you not overpay. I hope that makes sense. Be careful with your money. We're having a dad talk right now. We're having a dad talk. If you know you can't afford it, don't buy it because it's not worth the pain. It's not worth the headache. Live vicariously through whoever you need to on YouTube. Do that. It's much safer. It's always better to be financially responsible. Shut up. Shut up. Don't give me that. I know what this channel does to people sometimes, and I really want to be careful about it. I'd rather you guys just try to get knives for free from me, right? Like that's much better, you know. I don't want people to ever feel obligated, right? FOMO is nothing. There's always a new thing. There's always a next thing, right? Look at my channel. There's a new thing every day. Don't ever feel obligated. Do what makes you happy. And do what makes you comfortably happy. The bows are great. Yeah, man. Sezzle is a little... You got to be careful with that. You got to make sure that you can do it, you know? Don't risk your credit over it. Bought a Vision FG today. Here's a nice thing. Let me cap this off. Just remember, the budget knife world is better than it has ever been. And while you could say, for all the budget knives that people collect, you could have taken that money and bought something truly extravagant, sure. But for some people, collecting budget knives is the thing that makes them happy. The budget knife world is in an amazing place right now. So while there are ultra expensive knives that are really tempting, there's also really amazing stuff that you can get for under $100, sometimes under $50, right? Sometimes the itch can be scratched for much less. Rest assured, when you use an affiliate link and you buy something expensive off of my channel, I make a decent amount of money. But you can also buy something that's not expensive, and you can also not use my affiliate link and get the same amount of joy. That's just the truth. You don't have to buy something expensive. Lots of joy in every corner. The best knife under $100 right now is hands down the Vision FG. If you're gonna buy a knife tonight that's under $100 and you don't own the Vision FG and you want my opinion, it's the Vision FG. And I know that will be echoed in chat. The Vision FG is the best sub $100 knife, period. But you also don't have to buy it. You can just be like, that exists, right? The Civivi Vision FG with the super lock. I actually have one. I'll show it off. Let me get it out. This is all a deceptive sales pitch. Oh no, where is it? Oh, guys, I'm sorry, it's tucked away. I forgot I put that one back in the case. I should have kept that one out. It's really cool, trust me. I have a review on it. You want a Stitch or a Riot XL? Save yourself some money and buy the automatic Stitch or the new manual Stitch if you can grab one. But the Riot XO is also very cool. Thank you for always mentioning ambidextrous knives. I buy those, so in the future my left-handed son can use them when he is older. Yeah, that's a great point. Civivi FG, yeah, exactly. That's great. I mean, you know, if you have, like, if you plan on gifting them to people or loved ones or handing them down, and you have somebody who uses a different dominant hand, it's ever more important that knives are ambidextrous, right? Or at least have, you know, pocket clip mounting positions that are ideal for, you know, the left-handed people, because that's who's left out. That's really a missed mark by so many companies. And at some point, I just realized, like, out of everything I was handling, I was like, this is a huge problem. And if you're left-handed, then you're well aware of it. You were aware of it way before me. But we gotta make things at least semi-ambidextrous. Thank you for that donation. It's almost time to draw, guys. Man, I can't believe it. Like, we're almost at an hour here. I don't know if my complaints will make an immediate impact, but I would love to think that over the next 5 years, we will see more ambidextrous knives. And, you know, my ego would certainly appreciate thinking that I had a hand in that. I'm not the only one yelling it at the top of the mountain, but, you know, I think we should all as a community be pointing that out. If you're right-handed and you've enjoyed that luxury, just understand the pain of a left-handed person trying to enjoy this hobby and not being able to the same extent as a right-handed person. Blair Dillon, thanks for your donation. I started a new YouTube channel reviewing knives because I find it a lot of fun. Any tips for a new YouTuber? Yeah, sure. I try to give the same information to everybody. Just like you said, have fun with it. Create content that you enjoy making. Not everybody is going to love your content, and that's perfectly okay. You do not owe it to your current or future audience to make it perfectly accessible or enjoyable to everybody. You should make what you want to make. You should only create content that you enjoy making, and you should create honest content. And those kind of go hand in hand. If you always do that, then you will always enjoy what you're doing, and you'll build a following of people who are like-minded, and it will stay that way. Your community will be largely positive because they will follow you for having a sort of like-minded mentality, right? And so there's a lot of benefits to that. Don't try to alter your content to what you think people want to see. There will always be people expecting you to cater to them. There's an infinite amount of people out there who just expect all content to be what they want it to be, and you don't have to listen to them. Make honest content, make content that you like. You don't have to overproduce. If you want to, you can. If you like editing, that's fine. Make what you like. Try to upload frequently because the unfortunate truth is that in order to grow on YouTube, you kind of have to be on top of things. It doesn't have to be the newest, greatest thing all the time, but you do have to be frequent. So, yeah. Don't invest too much time in keywords and optimization or SEO and all that. I mean, you could, but that's a huge headache. Just make what you want to make. And if you make it often enough and you pay attention to it and you care about it, right? It's kind of like gardening. If you really care about it, it'll work out. You'll figure it out. And be nice to people. Coming from somebody who regularly argues with people in the comment section, try to be genuinely nice most of the time, right? Sometimes you got to grit your teeth through things. This is a do as I say, not as I do kind of situation, because I definitely bite heads off in the comments sometimes, and I could be better about that, but I do. Okay, I think that we should clear some of these items off and get to the prizes. What do you guys think, huh? No, please keep talking, please. We want your philosophy on live. It's so good. We don't care about the prizes. I know. Calm down. There'll be more. We'll go ahead and get to the prizes. I know nobody cares about that, and everybody is here just for me. Oh, you're too kind. You're too kind. I'm kidding. I know what you want. It's all right. No harm in that. Don't feel bad for me. Oops. Don't feel bad for me. The stuff that I'm giving away, just full transparency, it was free. I'm giving away free stuff. So, collect, enjoy, high five. That's perfectly fine. I'm putting the rooks away. The Ultim was really the most important one because that's not mine. That actually belongs to Levon, and he was kind enough to allow me to show that one, which I think is really important because it's translucent and you get to actually have a look at the toggle detent. So the rest of these, save for my Stitch, which will go back in the case. Give me a sec here. I know you guys are like, wow, amazing content. We just got to watch him put all of his knives away. So cool. So glad I subscribed. Bear with me. But Nintendo music, right? Huh? Nintendo music. Probably should put the Deadlock away too. And we should probably put the Herman away. We didn't get to look at this one tonight. Should we look at that? Woo! Boy, Ball Bach. Holy moly, that is some wild stuff. Really, really cool. Okay, I think the rest of these are pretty safe to just kind of go off to the side. This is your last chance. About 1,000 of you in here right now. How do you enter? Is this Castlevania? Yeah, Castlevania 2. How to enter? There's a link in the description. Open the description. If you haven't done this yet, listen, pay attention. Hey, listen. Number one, there's 955 of you and only 345 likes. I would appreciate something around 750 likes. Really though, if you haven't entered yet, step one, there's a link in the description. Open the description to the live stream. Click on the first link. It says live participation required. Enter here in all caps. Click on that link. It's a little video about the instructions. You don't have to pay anything. You don't have to join anything. It's literally just the rules. You just leave a comment under the video. Try not to leave a swear word or anything so that YouTube doesn't filter you. Hey, thanks for that donation. Very kind. All right, MC, have a good night. I'm out. Oh, bummer. You're going to leave before the giveaway? Okay, well, thanks for the very generous donation. That was very kind of you. We'll see you. Have a good night. Just leave a comment and you're entered and you're good to go. So, the final two pouches are... Forgive me, I have to make sure because I got bonus stuff. If you don't know what's going on tonight, the special deal is the winners get bonus pouches. So if I'm going to draw two winners tonight. No matter what pouch you pick, you're going to get whatever's in this pouch, and then I'm going to give you a bonus pouch on top of that, and you get all of it. So, two winners tonight are going to win some pretty fun stuff. Enjoy the music here for a second. Oh, good. Comment picker's loaded up. Okay. So, let's scroll up and let's refresh the page for everybody. Okay, so we got a fresh page. The link is right here. I'm going to let you guys look at it so you guys can type that into your browser if you want to make sure that that's the real deal. We're going to scroll down and click Filter Duplicate Users. We're going to scroll down further, as if nobody's ever watched me do this before. Why don't you update your process? This is so manual. It's like it's 2008. I know. I'm lazy. Don't critique me. Let me do this the way I want to do it. Okay, we have 1,159 entries. So those are your odds tonight. Very good. Look at this is the best ratio I've ever had. 1,018 participants and 1,159 entries. That's awesome. Pretty much everybody's in here. Okay. So, the first, you know what? I'm going to open another Gatorade. Oh, wait. Is this one done? That one's not even done. All right. The first winner. God bless your soul if you're not in here. You should be. The first winner tonight is... Nate! I win. Thanks. This is the perfect entry comment. You're welcome, Nate. He did win. We need to look for a brown N in chat. We got to find him first. Nate. Just Nate. Where you at, Nate? Nate, make yourself known in chat. Skate or Die going nuts in the background there. Oh, he is. I just saw him. Anybody else see him? There he is. Nate, do you want number 1 or do you want number 2? Just say in chat, number 1, which would be right here, or number 2. I see you, Nate. God, the music is insane right now. I see you, Nate. 1 or 2? You tell me. Nate wants number 1. Oh. Nate, I think you're going to be pretty happy here. Let me make sure I have the right bonus. Let's open it up and see what you got. I have corresponding bonus pouches. So these are random, but the bonus pouches are pre-selected. So this pouch just happens to actually have 2 knives in it already. So what we have here is the Civivi Altus in aluminum. And we also have the Real Steel Luna slip joint, which is actually really cool because the half stop is at an angle, which means you don't have to cut your index finger on the way down. This is D2 and G10. And then we have Nitro V and blue anodized aluminum for your first pouch. But wait, there's more. But wait. You also receive a bonus pouch tonight. Yes, what else did you win? Oh boy! You also got the manual Boker Kalashnikov. This is it's exactly the same thing as the Kalashnikov. It's just a manual one. So we have a button lock Kalashnikov in D2, acid washed blade, aluminum. So all 3 of these are yours. Congratulations. Bet you might enjoy that. So, what do you need to do to claim your prize? All you need to do is email me, Nate, at metalcomplex87@gmail.com. You need to give me the exact knives that you won. You also need to give me your full name and all of your shipping information. Don't worry if I don't respond to your email until late next week. That's normal. It doesn't mean that I forgot about you. It doesn't mean that I scammed you or anything like that. That's just when I do my shipping usually in the week. So I will respond, confirm things with you, and give you your tracking information, and I'll get this stuff shipped out to you. It all comes with its original boxes, save for, I don't know if I still have the box for the Civivi or the Real Steel Luna, but you'll get the knives, and they'll be packaged up correctly. Sometimes I lose stuff like that, but these are all brand new, and they're all yours. So congratulations. Okay, so these are going to move up here momentarily. Don't worry, I won't bump or nick them. And obviously, we don't need to have anybody. We don't need to have the next winner select because they're just going to win whatever's in there. So I'm going to turn that music back up because now we're back to normal. That skate or die theme is a little intense. Okay, we're going to choose a new winner. Here we go. The final winner tonight, and believe me, this next one's going to be a doozy. It's a banger track here. Final winner of this group, and then we start over with 10 new knives. The winner is Dustin West. PG, now it's PG-13. Dustin West is the winner. Where are you at, Dustin? I feel like we should be able to find that pretty easily. Dustin, make yourself known in chat. You can spam if you need to. There he is. He says, I'm here. Dustin West is here. All right. We don't need to bother having him select a pouch. So for your first prize, I think you'll like this one. This is actually pretty cool. Because I think these are, I don't know, maybe they're hard to get? I can't remember. So this is actually the Vosteed Nightshade, but it's the special edition version in carbon fiber and S35VN. A ridiculously lightweight crossbar EDC knife. This, I mean, it's seriously ultra lightweight. Has kind of that mini kukri look to it. Orange accents everywhere. Very cool knife by Vosteed, and fortunately they selected some very premium carbon fiber to put on this guy. So, Vosteed Nightshade and S35VN, which was one of the mid-range knives, but you'll also be receiving, and now I've forgotten the name of it, but it's very cool. It's the Cuvist Titanium and CPM 20CV slip joints. This is the black and Anno version. You can find these at Urban EDC Supply. I think they're sold out now, which I thought would be a cool addition. But you'll be receiving the box and the leather slip that it comes with. But yeah, a really, really nice high quality CPM 20 CV and titanium slip joint from Cuvist. So that was my way of making sure that the final pouch was something premium. So you'll be receiving both of these knives. I hope that that was a good finale. Believe me when I say that the finale for the next group will be really great, and you'll be learning about that fairly soon. Yeah, I have some awesome stuff planned for the next group. So seriously, thank you guys for the generous donations tonight. I don't know where that came from, but really happy about that. Again, if you want to join the private knife sales and private knife giveaways on Patreon, you can join my Patreon by clicking on the link in the description. It supports the channel, and you can join as low as $1 a month. You can also join Knights of the Round if you want to. Knights of the Round will show off in chat. There's a link for that. They are separate things. But yeah, congrats to the winners tonight. This concludes the second round of the mystery pouch giveaway event. This is fun, and I'm gonna keep doing it like this. I like doing these mystery pouches, so we're just gonna keep with it and keep doing these. But yeah, all right. I'm gonna hang out for just a little bit longer. The game starts at 7, so I do have to wrap it up fairly quickly. Are you guys all in for another 10 pouches? I mean, are we good to keep doing that? I want these live streams to be what you guys want them to be. So for the people who are still in here, your vote counts, I think, more than anybody. Cool. We'll always do a mix of budget, mid-range, and premium knives. Always. Oh, I got a super chat here. Did you see the Benchmade is selling infidels and Estet? Yeah, I did see that. Like, man, at least do something weird like Magna Cut or something, but $585. That is... What did those start at? Didn't the Infidel debut under 400? Am I wrong about that? Was there a time that the Infidel was 385-ish? I remember seeing the Infidel over a decade ago for the first time. That was the most expensive pocket knife I had ever seen. And I was immediately intrigued by it. And I know that there's people in here who there's the same thing. Unreal, man. I mean, inflation's real, but like, wow, that just seems really intense. It's just like there's too many good offerings. I like Benchmade, like just on the record, I am a Benchmade fan. I like Benchmade knives. But it's so hard to get on board with that pricing. Even Microtech has offerings that are reasonable this year, you know? I want Benchmade to win because they are capable of producing, obviously, some of the greatest EDC folding knives that we've ever seen. Legends like the 710, the Griptilian, the 940, right? Countless others. That's just surface level. They're capable of producing amazing stuff. But the prices, coming from somebody who just spent $6,000 on a pocket knife, I can still identify that kind of thing, right? Might make me sound like a massive hypocrite, but should I do the Pyrite versus the FG? A lot of people have been asking about that. Like, it's weird because they're in two different, by my own standards, they're in two different categories. You want like an ultimate EDC showdown of like the Pyrite versus the FG? Should you spend the extra $30 and buy the FG? That kind of video? I'm gonna keep buying expensive knives because I know that, you know, I there are knives that I want that are expensive, and I know you guys are entertained by my ridiculous choices, but I also promise to continue to bring sane and logical content. You'll get a mix of both. You'll see the best of me and the worst of me by watching this channel. I promise. Let's crank those tunes. Gotta get in the mood for football. Anybody else gonna watch the KU game tonight? I couldn't imagine. How many of you are left in here? 406. Anybody else watching KU tonight? We are not, we haven't been very good for the last however many years. No. Literally nobody. I saw one little heart fly up. I appreciate that. There we go. Anthony Kitchen. There we go. Got D&D. Might be time better spent. Kentucky. Don't you mention Kentucky in here. This is a sacred room. You bring the Kentucky name into this chat? How dare you? That's more of a basketball thing, I guess, but I'm just salty over the legacy. We invented basketball. Did you know that? We invented basketball. Stupid Kentucky having technically a better overall record. Banhammer. No, I wouldn't do that. People do. Listen, there are 17 people in Kansas. I'm one of them. Okay? We might have to ride a horse to Walmart with no shoes, but we live here. It's peaceful here. Midwestern Kansas is pretty peaceful. I know there are people in chat who actually live in Midwest Kansas. It's pretty peaceful. All right, I'm gonna give away 20 memberships real quick. God, I love this track. What is this? Gyrus? Sick track. 20 memberships. Anybody who's randomly selected, you'll have a membership for a month. That's from me. If you want to continue it, great. If you don't want to, that's fine. No big deal. Just want to say thank you. If you didn't win tonight and you just want a membership, congratulations. Got to give a chunk of those donations back. You guys were really kind. Hey, you're welcome, son. You're welcome, son. Huh? Anybody who else starting a knife channel or just being into pocket knives in general, I can honestly tell you that one of the greatest joys of being a part of the knife community is gifting a knife. And that might sound like, oh, it's supposed to be real mushy and it's a fake thing. No, legitimately, one of the greatest joys that I have ever experienced being a part of this, especially being a part of the YouTube community, is giving things away. There is a joy in that. It's fun to give other people things that you know that they are going to enjoy for the same reasons that you enjoy them. So whether you are just an active member of the community or you're considering starting your own social media thing, give gifts. It's fun and it makes other people happy, you know? It's fun to just think of somebody in your life that doesn't carry a pocket knife but might make good use of it, and just buy them something you think that they would like. And just tell them hey, I thought you might like this, and if you don't use it, that's totally fine. But give it a shot. It's I don't know why, but it's just it feels good to do that, And it's even better if they actually carry it and use it, and they're like, you know what? I actually really like this. It's just cool. All right. Amazing live stream tonight. Thank you for 1,000 people joining on 5:30. I thought 500 people might join me tonight, but 1,000 people at peak. That was pretty cool. We have some. This is a weekend. I know I said that I wasn't going to do this anymore. I was going to try not to, but I had so much stuff come in that I had to fill the weekend with unboxing content. But the stuff I'm unboxing is very epic this weekend. So this is a kind of a break weekend where I took a break from the top 10s and the retailer tours, and we've got some major unboxings, 4 unboxings in a row this weekend. So please enjoy that Saturday and Sunday. Outside of that, that's it. We'll start over next week with 10 new mystery knives. Hope you all have an excellent rest of your Friday evening and an excellent rest of your weekend. Bye.